And here is the finished product. So I got the water, I've got waves coming in. These in cheese wedges or slopes coming in. I've got the boat the guy washed up ashore on. And we got a little dolphin jumping into the water. And then we've got our fish on the fishing pole, stacked around with lots of rocks to hold the pole in so he doesn't have to be present. And then I've got the SOS with cheese wedges, supposed to be rocks. I was hoping, I'll show you what pieces I was hoping to use. So I was hoping to use more of these elements. So this looks like it's a dark gray. It's more of a chrome. I was wanting to use all sorts of different pieces like that, but all I had was cheese slopes. So use those. I have turtle over here, crab, a tree from another build, and then a tree from the Johnny Thunder set with the parrot. Then we've got the fireplace, the rocks surrounding the fire, and the 3 fish cooking on top. And then we've got our washed up guy. So he's found a bottle floating in the sea. See if he'll focus. We've got a sailor with his all his hair grown out. I was trying to find a more beat up uniform, but honestly, I did not have very many. All right, and then when the trees fell over, I'll just set that aside. So then we've got the where it goes into like the forest. So got a massive tree here. Don't know how I feel about the tree. It's all right, but I was just messing around, and that's what I came up with. It's completely hollow on the other side. So just use those big circular pieces. And then I use some of the normal or the molded trees. And then I have this 1 or 2 like little small pine tree. I have that one and that one. I actually ran out of pieces, that's why that one's short. Then we have all the grass elements over here, kind of just with a little pathway, cobblestone path, or just a rock pathway to his cave where he lives, where he's staying, sleeping. And inside you can't really see it very well, but I put a bunch of like sticks up off the ground. Wish I had another light to show you. But yeah, it's not very special. I took clippy pieces and 6 like the 3 stud long things, and just clipped them in there, so it's like kind of like a bed. Honestly, not super impressed with it. So then we'll close that up, and then we have the rock work that you've already seen. I was intending to have this area why it's deeper in, to have it be like water flowing through, but I didn't have enough trans dark blue elements to make the water, well, how I wanted to make the water. So I was like, if I can't make the way I wanted to, I'll hold off on it. This is my first MOC, so it's nothing. It's 2 base plates, and so it's just kind of, I think it took me 4 hours altogether to build it. A couple hours, or an hour took an hour every day for 4 days kind of thing, and just worked on it here and there. So rock work you already saw. Don't know if I added any more greenery to it or anything like that. But then up top I added some animals. I don't know if those were on there before. And the last person got washed up on shore. And I kind of wanted to, it's kind of saying a story that if you enter the forest above, it's not safe. So I got the spider back there on the spider web, got snake up here. So trying to make it like, and then obviously the skeleton, kind of like a shouldn't enter that area. And in the future, I'll remake this MOC after I take it apart, because I want to use these pieces for other MOCs, because I want to continue to make new ones, test new things out, maybe make a building here and there. Just kind of test out what I can do, test out my rock work, also get more Lego, and see what I can do from there. make bigger stories and stuff like that. But right now, this was my first one, and hopefully you enjoy it. And it was relatively easy. I showed you this is for, I'll kind of explain how I made it. So, because I do get on some of my other ones, like my custom police station, people ask for instructions. But I just built up kind of with Mills plate, slowly higher and higher. I should have made it one more brick higher here when it switched to gray plate. And then I would have already had one step higher. I did do something that's not normal on MOCs. This is solid. This is absolutely solid brick. So just instead of using gaps or whatever, I had enough. So I was like, why not? So I made that completely solid. I have a lot of gray 2x4s. So a lot of this is gray 2x4s. I actually have like almost 30 more if I even wanted to go higher, which I could have filled it in if I had enough, a few more slopes, but I didn't. And then honestly, for rock work, I just randomly jumped at it. I've seen people do it before, so I figured I would just try it, and I did. Threw in some greenery. Noticed that I don't have much greenery, so that could be useful. And I do have a lot of sets with greenery. So, but yeah, and then like these, I only have one dark gray. So I had to, pieces were not in my favor. But I had plenty of these. I still got a half a drawer full of these. So, and also, thing for future learning, it doesn't stay together very well. Does the friction bricks? I think it's because it's too heavy, each one. But, and then, yeah, so that's how I kind of made the base and the rock work. And then obviously you can kind of tell how I made everything else. I just threw a bunch of trees on it, which I feel like is using a bunch of these trees, I feel like is a very beginner's move, because a lot of people make their own like these, but I don't have enough pieces to do that. So kind of just and these honestly I didn't even make off of 2 sets. So okay, so I know I said I was done in the last video, but I did add a few more things. So I added a sandcastle, nothing special, and I decided that I would carve out the entire back. It took some time. I finally did it. So I moved the bed that was in here and moved it over here, and I'm not really digging it so much anymore. And then I couldn't figure out what else to put back here. I think if I should have made the rock look more rock instead of a like nice finished background, but then I added these pillars. So I added the torches. But so this is how I did it. I did put pillars in, 3 of them. It's not the strongest, honestly. I'll figure out something better in the future, but this is just what I came up with now. So I did 2x4 bricks across, and then I added on the bottom parts 2x4 plates, and then that's what's holding it all up, and the plates up top are just holding on by that pillar and then the rock face. So that's it. And it's not the strongest, so I'll figure out something else in the future. I thought about just doing Technic and doing all the way across, but I just figured I would test this out, and it works. I mean, it'll break apart, but definitely works for the amount of weight that's on it. There's not a lot of weight. It's honestly just a bunch of trees and some plates, so it works for now. But I think this will be the last video. I've thought of a few other things I could do, but nothing major. So this is it. This is my build so far. Okay, I added one more thing to this, just because this cave was looking a little bare. So I added like some bones, some rum, a sack of stuff, and then in here is a little map reading thing. It's kind of hard to get to those three things. Just trying to figure out what a sailor would have on them in a life raft. So I came up with these three things. So if you like my video, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Make comments on what you think I should build next.